Hi, my name is Shannon Holstein. I'm a canine behavior consultant and I've trained thousands of dogs and puppies for over 10 years now. I'm a member of the Association of Pet Dog Trainers and the Professional Association of Humane Educators. I've also helped train service dogs through the Second Chance Prison Canine Program in Florence, Arizona. I own Kokopelli Dog and Puppy Training in Mesa, Arizona, and I'm going to introduce you to our simple 3-step process of getting started with your new puppy. I've used these time-proven methods for over 10 years now. These methods are gentle and non-physical and will help you establish a lifelong relationship with your pet. You both deserve the head start these steps can provide, so let's get started. The first step is to puppy-proof your entire house. Put anything you don't want the puppy to chew out of the puppy's reach. Puppies are notoriously adept at getting into trouble, chewing or shredding dangerous objects or personal belongings, all of which are off limits to tiny teeth. In a matter of minutes, a single small puppy can cause hundreds, even thousands of dollars worth of damage, not to mention causing serious injury to themselves. Think of it as child-proofing your home, except that a puppy is smaller and more active than a child and can get into trouble much faster. Put up barricades or baby gates across areas where the puppy isn't allowed. Close closet doors as well as lower cabinet doors in rooms or storage spaces where a puppy could get into trouble. And don't forget how accessible electrical cords might be to your puppy. Since it's normal behavior to chew anything within reach, provide plenty of mentally stimulating toys to keep him busy. And always supervise and keep a close eye on where the puppy is and what he's doing, no matter how well you've prepared your home for his arrival. Puppies are perfect at being puppies, and they're going to chew, so if your shoes happen to get chewed up, remember it's not your puppy's fault. Just as you need to puppy-proof your home, you also have to puppy-proof your yard. There are several dangers to your puppy that need to be addressed when you let him roam free in your yard. Take note of toxic plants, barbecues, and garbage cans, as well as garden tools and supplies. In addition to puppy-proofing both your house and your yard, try spraying a repellent on chair legs, electrical cords, and carpet edges. Throw rugs with fringe are a favorite puppy toy, so you might want to give them a spray as well. As a matter of fact, anything that cannot be placed out of reach should probably be sprayed. Just be sure to read the label first. Don't forget to direct the puppy's attention away from these things by providing lots of chewies and toys to keep him busy. Now that you're actually ready to bring your puppy home, remember to reward good behavior with enthusiastic praise and a soft treat. Small soft treats are easily chewed and enjoyed by a teething puppy. Have them readily available when you observe good behavior and follow with excited praise. Naturally, all reinforcement should be positive. When you bring your puppy home on his very first day, take the mystery out of his new surroundings by putting him on a leash and walking him around each room that he will be allowed in, giving him time to investigate and explore every corner. Your supervision should eliminate any potty accidents or destructive behaviors. Just like you introduced him to your house, now do the same thing with your yard. Start with his potty area first. Give him a few minutes to explore his potty place and allow him time to eliminate if he needs to. Remember to reward with a treat and praise if he does. Now, let him stretch his legs by investigating the rest of the yard under your supervision. First, choose the right type of crate for your puppy's situation. The two most common crates are a wire cage crate and of course the plastic travel kennel, which can do double duty. It can be used for crate training at home and is accepted by most airlines and is also easily loaded into a car. The wire cage crate allows more visibility of the surrounding environment, while the plastic kennel provides more privacy. Either one is fine and is really up to the owner's personal preference. Just make sure the crate is the right size for your puppy. It should be just big enough that he can stand up, turn around, and lay back down again. If you find that your puppy is soiling in his crate, your crate is too big and you may want to block part of the space off. Most crates come with a divider. If not, however, you can use cardboard instead. As your puppy grows, it will be easy to expand the space as he needs it. Always give your puppy time to get used to the crate by leaving the door standing open. If he doesn't go in, don't force him. You might want to place a couple of treats inside the crate. Usually the smell will overwhelm him and he will go right in to get them. You may even try leaving the door open and letting him come and go at will. Once in a while, let him discover a favorite goodie or toy just inside. The discovery will keep him coming back time and time again to see if there's anything else new there. The next step is to associate a word command for going inside the crate, such as kennel up. You can quickly associate the command with the action of entering the crate by using it every time he goes in. Once he's comfortable with going in the crate, try briefly closing the door. Generously praise your puppy while he eats his treat you left for him and immediately let him back out. Repeat this process several times, gradually extending his time in the crate. Do not let your puppy out if he's barking. Wait until he's quiet before you let him back out. However, if your puppy has been quietly resting in his crate and then barks, he may need to go to his potty area. Puppies typically do not like to soil their sleeping or resting space if they are given adequate opportunity to eliminate elsewhere. Temporarily confining your puppy to a small area strongly inhibits the tendency to poop and pee. However, if confined for long periods of time and nature calls, they will go in their sleeping space. A very general rule of thumb for confinement in the crate is: for 3 months of age, 3 hours, 4 months of age, 4 hours, 5 months of age, 5 hours. Very young puppies cannot possibly hold it for long periods of time. Crate training will certainly help your puppy develop his muscles for holding as he tries to hold for longer and longer periods of time. Puppies usually don't have full muscle control until they are around 5 months of age, and any long-term confinement during this learning phase will certainly result in the soiling of their crate. At some point, you will need to leave your puppy at home alone. By now, both you and your puppy have made it through your very first night together. He's familiar with his crate and all the right associations have been made. Before you leave him for the first time though, make sure you take your puppy out to go potty, and it will help a little bit if he's played and is tired. Take off his collar and leave 1 or 2 of his favorite toys in his crate and remove the rest. You may need to lure him into the crate with a treat, and don't forget to use your kennel up command. Close the door and leave the house without further ado. Don't stay away too long though. An hour or 2 is optimal. If you're going to your job for the day, you may want to go home on your lunch break to exercise and potty your puppy if possible. If it's not possible, you may want to consider having a friend or pet sitting service check in on your puppy. After the puppy has grown accustomed to his crate, it truly becomes his safe haven. You will notice that he will start to go there on his own when he's either tired or seeking solitude. Sometimes puppies want time alone, possibly from us or our children, who should be discouraged from bothering the puppy while he's in his crate. It's important that the door is left open so that he can go there whenever he needs a little space or a little resting time. The more time you spend with your puppy, the quicker he will be house trained. The key is to be with your puppy when he goes, and don't leave him unsupervised in a place where he can have an accident. Accompany him to the potty area every time he goes. Take him on leash, ask him to go, give quiet praise as he goes, then give him a treat and enthusiastic praise when he finishes. This is the perfect time to have an off-leash play session with your puppy. It's all reward for going in the correct place. Your puppy will need to go after every meal and after every play session and nap time alike. And of course, you are most certainly guaranteed success first thing in the morning when he gets up, and don't forget to take him out just before you retire for the night. The more you are with him when he goes in the potty area, the sooner he associates all the good things that are his when he goes there. Just think about it. He gets praise, treats, tummy rubs, ear scratches, and even a game of chase if he wants. It's worth much more to him to go in your presence and in the right place. Give him about 5 minutes to go. If he doesn't go, tie the leash to your belt loop and let him accompany you in the house for a little while, up to an hour maybe, until you can take him out again, or confine him to his crate until it's convenient for you once again to take him out. No matter what happens, do not scold or reprimand him for accidents. He will become afraid to go in your presence, and he will seek out a place that gets a favorable response from you, which means that he will be going everywhere. The more you scold him, the more desperate he is to find a place that gets a favorable response. pretty soon you have a puppy that's going everywhere because he's looking for a place that will please you. Be on the lookout for signals like circling and sniffing. They may be the only signals you get in the beginning. When you have 6 to 8 weeks with no accidents, you probably have a house-trained dog. If you prefer your puppy uses pee pads or a litter box, the process is exactly the same. When you're not able to be home to take your puppy out, you may want to place his crate with the door open inside an exercise pen. Use pee pads to paper the floor and leave the door to his crate open so he has a familiar, clean place to rest and sleep. This works well with very young puppies that will be left for long periods of time. Leave water for him and a few of his favorite toys to play with. If you prefer not to use an exercise pen, you may use a small room such as a guest bathroom or laundry room. While your puppy is confined, he is developing a habit of eliminating on the paper. Over time, you can gradually reduce the number of pee pads and slowly move the remaining pee pad closer to the potty area and eventually place it there for a short while before removing it altogether. Be patient and be consistent. Never scold or punish your puppy for accidents. The older your puppy gets, the more he will be able to control his bladder and bowel. Remember to be with your puppy when he goes and always praise and reward every time he goes in the potty area. It's important that you spend as much time as possible with your puppy and give him frequent and regular access to the potty area. You might want to consider some other ways to keep your dog busy. Self-entertaining, self-rewarding toys are the best way. And let me just add here that any toy that you currently have for your dog, as long as you're comfortable with it and the dog likes it, is a great toy. So we're not recommending that you go out and replace all your toys, but you may want to add some of these. One of my favorites is this toy. This is called an iCube, and it comes with 4 soft squeaky balls. And it comes in several sizes, starting small, medium, large, and I believe that there's a jumbo size for your bigger breed dogs and puppies. The reason I like this one is dogs will literally stick their face inside of this box to see what's going on in there. Not only do they want to get to the balls, but you can take a few pieces of kibble or broken up pieces of biscuit, hide it down here in the corners of the toy, just like that. And as they stick their face down in here, they're making discoveries. You could even do one of these. This is called a bully stick, so whatever your choice for a chew toy is, you could put down in here. And the whole point is, instead of chewing on this thing, that they go inside and find discoveries in there. Now, there's a very specific way to teach them how to play with this toy. You just take one of the squeaky balls, stick it part way up, put a dab of peanut butter on there. When they go to lick it, they go right inside, follow the ball in, and that's when they find the treasure. When teaching your dog how to play with this toy, one of the concerns from people is that their dog is going to tear this apart because it's a soft toy. But if you teach them how to play with it, that more than likely won't happen. Use common sense though. If your dog's eating it, then of course this is not a toy you want them to have. But if you take one of the balls, put a dab of peanut butter on it, and as they follow it in, they find other things. It becomes about what's inside of this toy as opposed to chewing on this toy. So you literally will see them walk around with this on their face, just in there looking around. They will love this toy. One of my next favorite toys is this one. I just call this a treat ball, and even though these are referred to as treat balls, I always recommend using food so that you don't throw your dog or your puppy off their diet. You can take a part of their kibble, set it aside, and use it for some of these toys and as a reward system if you're doing training. You just take a few pieces of kibble, put it inside the ball, and as they roll this around, they are rewarded with food. So if you've set aside part of their daily intake of food, they have to go hunt for the rest, and this is a great way for them to find it. And you'll notice, again, please consider size appropriate toys for the size of your dog or puppy. If you have a puppy, you want to start small and the toys grow right along with the dog, but this is an awesome toy. You can even break up little pieces of biscuit if you like and put inside of there. And this particular one actually glows in the dark. So not that you want them romping around your house in the middle of the night, but interesting for the bigger dogs. Okay, this is another great toy by one of my favorite manufacturers. This actually twists completely apart. This is the medium size, by the way. They come much smaller and much larger for our bigger breed dogs. So this comes all the way off. You can put kibble in there, little pieces of biscuit, treats if you wanted to, little pieces of treat. And this will either screw all the way down, and if you're going to screw it down tight for the smaller pieces of kibble, then you want to line up those two divots so that when your puppy tips it, food comes out. So the kibble we have in here currently is a little bigger, so I'm going to give it a little more room. So the bigger the kibble, the more space you need. So as the dog tips this, and this is just a quick tip, like with this, the dog was literally rolling it to get the food out. This one, they're just going to have to tip it. I want to talk about soft toys for a minute, because they're all adorable, they're all cute, we love them. If I were going to purchase this toy for my dog, I would want to be aware that there's hard buttons for the eyes, so you would want to remove that, and you'd want to take this off, this little ribbon off. There's lots of toys out there that are made specifically for dogs that just have sewn eyes, and you don't have to worry about that. So if you've got a dog that's getting into your children's plush toys, you want to be really careful about that. These little squirrels fit in here, but guess what? I would put some dry kibble on the bottom of this. You could put chunks of biscuit if you're giving your dog puppy biscuit or biscuits as reward. Break it up and put it in there. Put your little squirrels in there. And they're gonna have to get all the squirrels out to get to the goodies on the bottom. And again, this comes in different sizes as well. So again, size appropriate. I would say that these are way too small to give to a bigger breed dog, but your tiny breeds or puppies, I think this would be great for. Always with supervision. The other thing that I want to impress upon you is to always use common sense with your dog. You know if your dog's going to tear up something soft and that you need something harder for that dog. This may or may not be a good toy for your dog. A lot of dogs are so focused on trying to get this ball out that all they're doing is squishing this down, trying to reach the ball, and it pops back up, which stimulates them to try again. So I like this toy for some dogs. Again, it's not for all dogs. I like this toy. This is a fairly new toy. This has 3 different openings, the one at the top, the one here in the middle, and one on the bottom. So you can put bigger chunks of biscuit in here. If I put a big chunk of biscuit in there, I could put a few pieces of their kibble down inside of here so that they either have to tip this over or get this biscuit out of here in order to have the kibble come out. It's hard rubber. Also, this toy is designed to take another one of these and stick the top right through here, so you've got 2 toys stuck together. The other thing you could do is, this is a long bully stick, and I would go through the bottom and up through the top. So now you've got a hard rubber toy. They can only get to this much. So if you're not wanting them to chew that whole thing, maybe you stick a little bit out on each end, or do it like that. Up to you. One other thing I'd like to talk about are water bottles. You know, they come in this size and smaller. You've got the 2-liter soda size. If you take the cap off, throw it away. Put a few pieces of kibble or broken up pieces of biscuit in there. Once you get your kibble or your broken pieces of biscuit in there, take a dab of peanut butter, just dab it on the inside of the neck, and put it down for your dog or your puppy. And as they go to lick the peanut butter out, they start smelling that there are other things in there. It makes a lot of noise, and as they're playing with this, the food falls out. This is a great size for older pups or bigger